we can see the disparity. Here in the US, we use about 10 times as much energy per capita as in India. If we compare the US to Japan, which is one of the most energy efficient countries in the OECD, or the economically wealthy, high human well-being countries, we use about twice as much per capita here in the US as in Japan. So what does this imply for the amount of energy that we're going to need globally, particularly given that we're on track for a world of 10 billion people in the mid-century? Well, we can answer this question a few different ways. One is we can just ask if we take the current average and multiply by 10 billion. That's a 25% increase compared to the total energy today. If we take the US government's assumption about the middle of the century, that's about 50% increase relative to today, but that still assumes continued inequality in energy. If we want to go to the extreme and imagine a world of 10 billion people living like I do, that's 4 times as much energy as we supply right now. Now we don't have to, not everyone has to have a minivan, which I do. So let's imagine the whole world lives like the most efficient, wealthy country in the world today. That's still more than twice the global energy supply. This is a massive challenge. Ignore everything else about climate change, just supplying enough energy, doubling the total energy that we supply, that's a massive challenge. But that's not the only challenge we're facing. As long as we're emitting greenhouse gases, we're going to continue to get global warming and climate. This is a bit of a complicated figure, but I'll walk you through it. If you go to the left on this figure, that's just increasing cumulative greenhouse gas emissions. So just add up all the tons of greenhouse gases we've emitted, that's going to that. This is a big challenge because the vast majority of our energy system right now is from fossil fuels. More than 80% of our global energy system is based on fossil fuels. That means greenhouse gas emissions. Lots and lots of greenhouse gas. So what will it take to reach net zero? It's going to require a really rapid deployment at scale of low, zero, and even negative emissions technologies. Now, if we're thinking about the Paris goals, okay, so the Paris goals say hold global warming below 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial and pursue 1.5. 1.5 is going to require a 7% decrease globally year after year after year. No country's ever done that. The world's never done that. 5.5% decrease in year 1. We went back to pre-pandemic levels in year 2, and now we're above pre-pandemic levels. And all throughout that, CO2 concentrations continue to increase because we were still emitting more than 30 billion tons a year. These are big challenges, but we do have opportunities to solve them if we're able to accelerate solutions. And that's really the purpose and the mission of the new Stanford School of Sustainability, as you heard earlier from President Tessé Levine. It's just opened on September 1st. It's super exciting. We've been working really hard to try to figure out what would a world-leading university like Stanford need to do to create a school to solve these challenges. And that's what gives me hope. Thank you very much.